Libra, hello, hi, I'm Ms. Mixed Messages, and these are your mixed messages. Subject to change or change for entertainment purposes. Okay, firstly, we are going to clear out the energy, okay? All right, Libra. So this would be applicable for your sun, moon, rising sign, or wherever you have Libra in your chart. Okay? It is designed to be a sort of a reading where we're looking at your last 365 days, okay? Within the year of the snake, okay? We want to see what bubbled up, what came up to the surface, what you shed, okay? Because we don't want to bring that forward with us, okay? I'm working with two different styles of decks, as well as the dog god Anubis behind me here. So the place, timelessly, of course, I want to see where in the ethers you have been gone, where you have been going emotionally, spiritually, that safe place of solitude, of solace. Yeah, let's get into the reading. The other second deck that I'm working with here is the Gilded Tarot. So I have the regular format as well as the small. I am maybe going to get into some Scrabble Babble as well as the Holy Bible here, okay? So let's get the place oracle for Libra. Wherever you have Libra in your chart, Libra placements. The place. Okay. That's for Libra. Let's get your 4 quarters of last year. The last 365. So last spring, last summer, last winter, and last fall for Libra. Okay. Bottom of the deck here we have the Ace of Wands. Okay. And then these 12 cards could signify the 12 months, but in particular it has to do with the houses in your birth chart. Okay, your first house through your 12th house, okay? Libra placements. Okay, so we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Libra, the first message that I'm getting for you is about detail orientation, recognition, knowledge, knowing that it is the small things, not necessarily the big things, okay? You're all about those details, paying fine attention to the details, the beauty is in the details, okay? So, let's look. We're starting with the houses. Your first house of the body, we have the 5 of Cups, okay? Some dissatisfaction about the way that you look or some potential frustrations about your physical vessel, your physical body, okay? 5 components of yourself and 2 areas where you are feeling frustrated, okay? This could have to do with age, with time, sexual frustration as well. Could be with Ace of the Wands at the bottom of the deck here. But things just aren't what they used to be. Okay, there's a recognition that it's just not how it used to be. You're not the same pony that you were. Okay, this is what you recognized last year. You could have had somewhat of an accident, some sort of a wreckage, okay, from your further in the past that came forward that caused some sort of pay attention. But you didn't want to pay attention even then. It has to do with your possible home foundation, your sense of home within your body, within yourself, and your physical surroundings where you eat and sleep and shit and all of this stuff. We have the 2 of Swords in the second house here. So something that you don't want to see, that you're in denial about, okay? You don't want to admit it. You don't want to acknowledge it, and there's 2 particular things, okay? 2 emotional things from your past that have caused a lot of strain, okay, and there's nothing to gain from it, but it's really been weighing down on you, okay, emotionally taking a toll. You know, the body keeps the score. The body is holding on to this stuff that you don't want to see, and because you don't want to see it, it's wreaking problems in other ways, and it's reeky, it's stinky, okay? It's time to take out that trash, okay? That's what we're here to do. The third house for you, your house of communication, okay, Libra placements, wherever you have it, we have the Hermit here, okay? So doing some communicative exploration, some exploring your communication, how you communicate, how you listen, okay, how you dialogue, your dialect, the way that you speak, fluctuations, elevations, dips and turns, and the way that you can change your voice, possibly, Libra, okay? Being curious in in the avenue of communications as well, okay? Digging deeper. The Hermit is all about going deeper, wanting to understand more, get to the bottom of something. And it's also an individual who communicatively is talking about the dark side of things, bringing light, enlightenment into persons, places, things, situations, okay? You're saying the thing that nobody's saying, you know, the elephant in the room, so it is, okay? That was your last year, okay? You say the thing that nobody else is going to say, but it needs to be said. Somebody needs to say it. Okay, ripping the band-aid off. Okay, so after that, your 4th house, this has to do with the mother. We had some victory, 6 of Wands, okay? Also in April, something you could have conquered, something that, you know, I get that you could have gotten someone pregnant, okay? But a new start, a new endeavor, last April, possibly. A new home as well, okay? Could be a new home owner, but some sort of a victory here. But there's something, hold your horses here about it, okay? Let's look at your last spring, Libra placements. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Some sort of a difficulty being alone. I'm hearing resting alone on your laurels, okay? Resting on your laurels. But there's a difficulty with you being alone, being an independent, being quite dependent. What is it that you are dependent upon? So last spring you were quite dependent, okay? This could be financially dependent, okay? But that depends on your own personal situation. Let's look at your last summer, okay? We also have this in reverse. We have the 3 of Pentacles, work, okay? Some sort of dependency of something for your work. You depend on what for work? There's a dependency on work. There's a dependency on, there's some sort of, there's a dependency here when it comes to work, okay? This is really frustrating. So there's something very frustrating. There's a lot of tension here. Something very frustrating, Libra. Okay, those are our first 4 houses, and now we're going to move into the house of sexuality, sexual expression, creativity. It's your 5th house. Let's see what's here. Decisions, choices. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse, okay? So the 7 of Cups upright normally communicates options, okay? And this in reverse indicates that there are not a lot of options. Maybe in the dating pool, there are not a lot of options. There's not a lot that you like. You could be particularly picky, okay, in romance or with your creativity. I don't know what you have in your 5th house, but you are quite, I want to say you are quite endowed, okay? Undoubtedly, like nothing is good enough almost, I want to say. Okay, after our 5th house, we have the 6th house, this having to do with your work, moon, emotional, okay, emotional sort of work, okay, working on your emotions as well. The 7 of Cups here is an exploration of emotions. And what I'm getting from this here is there could be some sort of apprehension against emotions, like it's not okay to feel the emotions, or maybe there's one emotion in particular that you've been creating a lot of, okay? And a discomfort with the rest of those emotions, or a hesitation or a avoidance of those other feelings, of those other cups, of those other options, possibilities, okay? Reactions, provocations, okay? There's a sensitivity as well, okay? So there's something sensitive about the work that it is that you do. In the fall here, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, some missed opportunity or a really big opportunity that you took, that came to you, but more, I'm seeing that this opportunity came to you, was presented to you. With the buck here, we also have the image of hunting. So 2 different ways to hunt, right? Okay, because there's a lot of, right now, okay, Libra, in your energy field, okay, I want to say that last year, your whole year was a bit of a blackout, was a bit of a darkness, was a little bit of a one step at a time, okay, while you were, now we can look back, this is a reading about the past, now we can look back with total clarity, right, but at the time, you didn't know where you were going, I don't even know if you could see, you know, one foot in front of the other, but you kept on stepping, do you understand me? Okay. So you kept on stepping, but it was really dark last year, and that's not necessarily a horrible or a bad thing. And with your communication, there's something about when you speak where you continue to go, right? With the Hermit here, it's all dark, and you keep on stepping, you keep on going, you keep on saying, and that light continues you, and you see and you understand as you continue to go, okay? So back to this. There's two ways to hunt, okay? You go out and you get it, or you set the trap and it comes to you. And that was last year. You either went and you out and you got it, or you did the things, you had the bait, you know, when you're fishing, you have the bait, and it comes to you, okay? So two ways to go about doing that. I don't know which way it was that you took, okay? But it's looking like you're bringing it to you, okay? It's looking a lot more like you're bringing it to you rather than you're going out and you're getting it. But changes depending on your perspective and your situation. So towards winter of last year, we have the Tower card, okay? This can connect very much to the Ace of Wands. This is retention of sexual energy, okay? This is not finishing what you started. This is retaining what you have started, okay? Gaining momentum with what you have started, okay? And being very, very choosy about when you finish, okay? It's not a race, okay? There's no chasing. I am sensing a little bit of being chased here, a little bit of being chased. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? 7. Let's look at your romantic relationships here in your 7th house, Libra placements. We have the 3 of Wands, okay? You've already taken prior steps in this direction in a romantic, contractual sort of partnership, okay, marriage. This is business as well. Like, you're not looking at it. You've already walked through that door. After our romantic relationships here in the 7th house, we have the 8th house, okay? The Chariot, this is your sex life, your sex drive, which was mentioned is a bit dry, retaining, okay? Withheld, okay? Practicing tantra, celibacy, okay? Choosiness. What came up earlier was something's not quite doing it for you anymore. The Chariot here is very much connected to the moon, Cancer placements, as well as the 4th house where we have the 6 of Wands. Victory, okay? Victory over your own lust, I'm hearing as well, okay? Last year, okay? And the Chariot is moving forward, but there's something here when it comes to your money and how you make it that is very emotionally driven, okay? It's very intuitively driven, okay? And it's a bit of smoke and mirrors of putting on somewhat of a show, somewhat of a alluring, illustrious facade or illusion. There's a seduction to it, okay? After that, we've got our house of life lessons, ruled by Sagittarius here, is death, okay? So I think there's some sort of wisdom that came to you last year that when things are over, they're over. But that things need to be over to begin. There's a sense of cutting things out, cutting things off, and it looks like your life, okay, the way that you knew it, you're shedding, really, you were shed, you were finished, you were done by your October of last year. We have our November, December, and January a little bit here, the end of winter. So by the end of the fall, your whole skin, your whole knowledge of what you were and experience was off of you, was finished, okay? So I'm curious to see what your winter has been like, Libra. We have the 9 of Cups, Mr. and Mrs. Independent, okay? Freedom, totally fulfilled, which is a big difference from how you started last year. From being dependent upon something at the beginning of last spring to going to the beginning of this last prior winter being holding up your own glass and saying cheers, okay? This is also indicative of alcoholism, being in a bar, okay? But celebrations, okay? Dipping into the spirits, okay? Into the enthusiasm. And when we had earlier in last year, we have a hesitation when it comes to all those other emotions, but nearing the beginning of the winter, it was embracing all of those different emotions, all of those different feelings, okay? Mixing up those drinks. This is like staying away from the bar, and the bar, literally, or the bar of different emotions, okay? The different range of your capacity to what you can handle emotionally. And then in the beginning of the winter, it was being able to handle it all and picking your favorite and you know, celebrating, okay? In community, we have the Page of Swords. Some dishonesty, some sense of, you know, this new version of you, this new discovery of you, this new, you're not quite telling it. You're not quite showing it off. There's a little bit of sneaking around, Page of Swords, doing some researching, some looking here, spying, okay? Trying to come by something. I don't know what you're trying to come by. Kumbaya, I'm hearing though. And after that, we have the Sun. You may have your Sun sign in your 12th house. That's a powerful placement. But wherever your Sun sign is, that is shining bright for you in your 12th house. I want to say that the sun gods of the Egyptians, both Horus and Ra, come very, very close to you in your unconscious, subconscious mind, guiding you, guiding your vision, okay? Vitalizing you, okay? Just need to cut some stuff off there for you from the past there, okay? Some communicative errors. Now, let's see Libra placements where you've been at. Okay, we have restaurant, culinary delights, celebratory dining. We have bathroom, pristine cleanliness, water and renewal. We have lake, tranquil waters and reflections, okay? It's very similar to bathroom. A lake is sort of like, you know, nature's bathtub. And then we have park, nature's haven, recreational space, and picnic retreat, okay? So nature is showing up here in your recharging. We are going to get 4 cards to peekaboo into this next year. Let's get your Scrabble Babble. Okay. I have the letter U, I have a star, and I have a T with an A. Okay. For that, I'm getting teacher's assistants as well as Australia. Okay. In the Holy Bible for you here today, numbers, you're crunching some numbers. We have numbers here, numbers 122. From the descendants of Simon, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were counted and listed by name, one by one, according to the records of their clans and families. Keeping track of things, okay? Giving credit where credit is due, financially, but also ancestrally, okay? So let's see what's going on for you in this next year. Okay, Libra placements. Okay, we've got the 3 of Wands. Okay, you've already stepped through that door, and that decision of stepping through that door occurred with regards to 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. With regards to love, romance, contracts, okay, commitments, business, okay, in particular. But it could have also happened around August, around July, 7th month. Okay, so for the spring for you this year, we have the 4 of Pentacles, okay? This is a little bit of greediness, a little bit of clutching something very close to you, something very precious, okay? So there's something that you have that is physical, that is very precious to you, that you're keeping very, very close. Could be just keeping your cards close, okay? Your next moves close, or it could be something that is near and very dear to you, very, very, very dear to you, okay? This summer, we have the 6 of Wands, okay? Some sort of celebrating, something that is going to be going very well for you. This is receiving a yes, an enthusiastic yes. This is being cheered upon. This is evolution. This is climbing up the ladder. This is promotions, okay? This is rising to the occasion, rising to the top, okay? Something bubbling up because you want it to bubble out. It's something pulling something up from deep within yourself and being presented with grace, with applause, okay, with recognition, okay? And I get a sense that this is something you've been holding on and you've been wanting credit for, or you've wanting recognition for a while. So with the message earlier of credit, giving credit where credit is due in the ancestry, and that wanting of credit, that wanting of being recognized, okay, is to first, you know, give to others what it is that you wish to receive, is the message here, okay? And it's going to happen faster than you think. In the fall, we have the 7 of Wands, okay? Much, much faster than you think, okay? This is after the victory, fighting for what it was that you won, okay? So you win such and such a prize, and then you have to continue to fight for what it was that you won, maintain it. You got to continue to maintain it and to fight it. and fight for it, right? Once you build that, that beautiful kingdom, okay? And then you have your defenses. You have to continue to defend what it is that you are holding so precious and dear to you, okay? And then by the end of next winter, it's getting steamy. It's getting hot and heavy, and that that retention, okay, of the sexual tension, of the creative tension, of the passionate tension, is restored by next winter. Very much so. It's getting hot and heavy, okay? Physically, but metaphysically as well. There's just something, there's a passion project, something that is really going to light your fire, okay? And that you're going to be getting started, okay? If it hasn't already started for you. So, Libra, this is what I have for you. Until next time, bye.